It would be hard to come up with a better first day in Vietnam. The day began with a walk through the exotic and bustling streets of District 1 in historic Saigon. As I looked around, I reflected on how much Vietnam had changed. The Vietnam surrounding me was completely different from the Vietnam I knew decades ago. The economic boom had transformed the country. First stop was at a stylish local restaurant serving some of the best regional dishes from central Vietnam. Rod, a kind Planet Doug supporter, treated me to lunch there as a way of welcoming me to the country. After lunch, we embarked on a fascinating 45-kilometer round-trip expedition on the Vinbus, a free shuttle bus that travels between Vinhome residential communities. It was a great way to get my feet wet in terms of exploring this unfamiliar area. Upon our return, Rod and I enjoyed some delectable iced Vietnamese coffee while perched on pint-sized plastic stools inches away from the unceasing Saigon traffic. It was a classic Vietnamese experience, perfect for my first full day in the country. Speaking of classic Vietnamese experiences, don't sleep on the humble Banh Mi. This savory sandwich with its French and local influences is available everywhere, and I devoured one while taking in the street life around me. The day ended with me back in my humble but very well-appointed hotel room, enjoying a rare ice-cold beer. So sit back, relax, let me do all the work, and enjoy this video about my first full day in captivating and glamorous Vietnam. Good morning, welcome back to Planet Doug in Vietnam. This is my first full day in Vietnam. I'm in Ho Chi Minh City. I arrived yesterday afternoon. I flew in from Kuala Lumpur, hopped on an airport bus, and made my way to District 1, where a hotel was waiting for me, the Adenia Hotel. They gave me room 502 way up here on the 5th floor. So there is the city of Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City, from my window. Yeah, it's always a shock to open a window or a door because my room is nicely air conditioned and has a fan. You feel so nice and cool, and then you step outside and boom, it's an oven out there. Pretty hot and humid. That's okay, I'm kind of used to that from Kuala Lumpur. It's been a heat wave all across Southeast Asia, so I didn't expect anything otherwise when I got here. A lot of rain, I think, so I'm making sure to bring my umbrella with me. There's going to be rain today. It rained heavily last night. There's a big rainstorm as well. But anyway, that's the city. That's where I'm heading out right now. And this is my room, rented for me by a kind Planet Doug subscriber, by the way. So yeah, twin beds here, get to sleep over here, and I usually lay out all of my gear on this side. I'm trying to be neat and tidy right now, so I actually have all my gear packed away inside a wardrobe right now. But as I said, it comes with a fan and an air conditioner. I love that combination because you don't always need the air conditioner running, so you can turn that off and then just have a fan going sometimes. Yeah, the room came with a refrigerator, which is kind of cool, kettle, and they even give some amenities here, some instant coffee. I haven't tried any of that yet. Toothbrushes, a comb, some soap, and then the bathroom has, let me turn my little light on. The bathroom comes with some body wash and shampoo and stuff like that. Actually, to my surprise, it does have hot water. So if you move that little lever to the right or to the left, you get hot water or cold, or I should say hot water or room temperature water. Very low water pressure, but hey, it comes out piping hot. You can't put it on hot because you'll scald yourself. Based on talking to a lot of people and based on just looking around the city a little bit last night, I think any time spent in Vietnam is going to be a lot about food, a heavy focus on food, I'm pretty sure. So it's appropriate that right now, my first foray out into the city, I'm meeting up with a Planet Doug subscriber, a fellow Canadian living here in Saigon, and he suggested that we get together at a restaurant. So I'm heading there right now. I have the name of the restaurant queued up on Google Translate just so I can record the name for you with proper Vietnamese. Here it is.
Xóm Chợ Cũ Restaurant. Xóm Chợ Cũ Restaurant.
Xóm Chợ Cũ Restaurant.
Xóm Chợ Cũ Restaurant.
So something like Xóm Chợ Cũ. That's where we're going. That's where I'm going right now, and meeting up with a friend there. So yeah, I'm going to have my GoPro running. It's about 2 kilometers away. I'm going to start walking right now and walk to this restaurant for this lunch. And after lunch, we might be going on a bus tour, not a tourist tour, but some sort of a residential shuttle bus that we can hop on, and it's just going to take us through some local neighborhoods and districts, something like that. We'll see how the day unfolds. So I guess first I have to navigate my way out of the Adenia hotel. It seems to have a bit of a storied history when you come at it from the outside. I'll show it when I get out there. It does say Adenia Hotel, but then there are a whole bunch of other names. So it seems to have various names throughout history, and it's listed under different names, different places. But yeah, let's go. A hallway just outside my room, and luckily it does have an elevator. And I took a picture of this yesterday, the stairwell, very interesting. And people have told me that stairwells like this are very common in Ho Chi Minh City, and even the restaurant that I'm heading to is up on a upper floor, and you go up to that restaurant through an interesting stairway. Down to ground level. Yeah, I didn't sleep tremendously well last night, so struggling a little bit this morning, but that's nothing new. Entrance to the hotel right behind me. So as I said, they have a sign up there, the Adenia Hotel, and that's the building. Am I up on the top floor? I'm not really sure. I may be up on the top floor, but then when you come down here to the bottom, the actual lobby entrance says Island Garden Hotel. So that's one name that you see. And then right beside it is the Fat Daddy fried chicken restaurant, I think. Right beside it is the Circle K, just handy. Got some drinking water there last night when I arrived. And as I mentioned, I think life here is all about food. Food every which way you look. So I think you could spend the rest of your life here going from restaurant to restaurant. Wayne's Coffee. And yeah, no need to point them all out. You'll see them in the video. The best noodle soup in Vietnam. That really caught my eye when I walked by yesterday. And then of course, you'll have all of the food stalls as well. Like right up ahead here, there's a food alley. And all kinds of services for tourists here, because this is a part of the city that caters to foreign visitors like me. It's known for that. So you get all kinds of motorbike rental, tour services, visa services, like this place here basically offers everything. Airline ticketing, spas and massage, things like that. Yeah, check this out. Here's a place I saw yesterday as well. Basically everything a backpacker like me might want is available here. Yeah, you can spend a few minutes just reading all of the signs, everything that you can get there. Tours, motorbike rental, taxi, visa run bus journeys. Here's the alleyway that I mentioned. I wasn't sure whether it was only a nighttime thing, but now it looks pretty active. Even now, everything's open. And in a way, this is both my first and my second trip to Vietnam, because I came to Vietnam literally decades ago, and it was a very different place back then. You didn't see anything like this on the streets at all, and it felt like it was that the Vietnam War was more recent, and my visit to Vietnam back then had a lot to do with that. Anyway, I remember going to the War Remnants Museum, and you saw a lot of old posters, and here's a little shop here selling old propaganda posters. So you see a lot of the government posters from that era. I have a memory buried deep in my brain of finding a place where I could buy the original full-sized posters, and I found some really interesting ones, and I remember buying a bunch of them, but that could be a false memory because I have no idea where those posters could be today. And I don't know if I can really trust my memory or not, but from my first trip to Vietnam, I have a memory of a strong feeling of a division still between North and South Vietnam. So when I was down here in Saigon, people just seem to be very conscious of, oh, we are from South Vietnam, and then North Vietnam seemed like a different area. And there were a lot of people still in military uniforms. And as I talked about in some other videos, in order to do any traveling, look at these restaurants. Nothing. So, a little Saigon restaurant, another one up there. Man, yeah, you could just spend your life eating here. Oh, look at that, McDonald's. Funny. I wasn't expecting to see that for some reason. There you have it, a McDonald's in Ho Chi Minh City. Getting into some construction towers up there, and it looks like I'm heading towards some skyscrapers. I was just saying that on my first trip, travel was very restricted as well. So all the places where people go now, the classic motorbike tours in the northern mountains, none of that was possible. You couldn't leave the cities, basically. The countryside was off limits to foreign visitors. And even to travel from here to Hanoi, before I could even leave, I had to go to the police station and apply for a permit that specified every city that I was going to stay in with dates attached to it. And you were restricted to those dates and only, those cities. And when you stayed at a hotel, they checked your police permit. And if you didn't have one for that city, you were not allowed to stay in their hotel. And the police would come by at night to look at the guest list for the hotel, make sure that everybody had permits. So it was a very different time back then. Now it's much more open. How open, I don't really know. I assume you can travel anywhere you please as long as you can figure out a way to get there and have some transportation. The dance troupe over there, it's probably a camera filming them from some direction. When setting up this lunch, I did say many times, yeah, I just want to walk. I just want to walk there, resisting this idea of taking a Grab or a taxi. But of course, now that I'm walking, I start thinking, all these people saying I should take a Grab motorcycle might be on to something. It's getting hotter and hotter as I walk along. But I'm going to persevere. I don't really know where I am exactly. I don't even know what I'll be passing by, but it looks like that's the famous Bentan market. I've heard a lot about that place. All visitors drop by there at one point or another. Because one of the advantages of staying in District 1 is that you are close to some of these attractions. Bentan Market, the War Remnants Museum. These are all places I visited decades ago, and I feel like I have some small memory of them, but to be honest, I probably only remember the pictures that I took. I've seen the photos so many times, I feel like I remember the event itself, but it's probably a false memory, and all I really remember are the photos. But yeah, there's a Bentan Market.
Chợ Bến Thành. Chợ Bến Thành.
Yeah, I think it's largely a tourist market, but maybe some local food options as well. Nice clock tower. I like that a lot. Oh yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Friendly guy. Just stopped to say hello on his motorcycle. He actually reminded me of my time in Saigon, my first visit. That would happen quite a bit. And I could be imagining things, but I have this memory of the people of South Vietnam being a little bit more on the Western American English-speaking side of things. That was their side during the war, and a lot of the people in the South spoke English, and they really wanted to use their English. So people would come up to me all the time and would just talk to me, and like that gentleman there, he was quite proud of being able to speak English, and he just asked me where am I from, how long have I been here, how long am I going to stay. Continuing with the theme of my first visit to this one, I'm fairly certain that the Saigon Center, you see it across the road there, that giant tower, big shopping mall I assume, and business complex, I'm pretty sure that did not exist on my first visit long ago. And it's a pretty safe bet that the Argentinian steakhouse El Gaucho did not exist either back then. I just have memories of could have been a different neighborhood too. I'm sure there are more traditional neighborhoods in Saigon as well, but I just remember a much more traditional lifestyle. The streets filled with people walking with baskets over their shoulders, selling all kinds of different types of food. They could actually carry an entire kitchen in those baskets. And they probably still exist today. I just haven't seen any right so far. And yeah, you could stop these women going by with a pole or a man on their shoulders with baskets on either end, and you just stop them and they would set the baskets on the ground, set up a complete kitchen right there and cook you some noodles, something like that. And of course, back in those days, bicycles. Almost all bicycles everywhere you looked. There were bicycles, if I remember right, but haven't seen a bicycle yet. And this is a very different look, very modern, wide streets, traffic lights. Yeah, restaurants galore. I don't know what this building is, but it looks to be something of importance, either government today or government from the past. I didn't actually pick out a route to follow to walk to this restaurant, so I didn't know what landmarks I'd be passing. Otherwise, I would have figured this out in advance. There's something of interest over there as well. Helicopters, planes, obviously from the war. For all I know, that could be the War Remnants Museum. I'm not sure. I remember it being a smaller place though, but that could be the museum there. Theme of the old and the new continues. Look at this, Vinhome Center. Fancy shopping mall, H&M, The Gap, Mango, Calvin Klein, and yeah. You can worship at the altar of modern luxury brands here in Vietnam, just like you can anywhere else in Southeast Asia. They're all laid out there. And somewhat to my surprise, maybe again it's just this neighborhood, a lot of the intersections are nicely controlled by stoplights, traffic lights, pedestrian crosswalks. So there's no need to wade out into traffic and close your eyes, cross your fingers, and just hope people go around you, because like right here, for example, I just had to wait for the green light, and then a little green man here saying I can cross. And I think my restaurant might be this one right up here with the balcony. Let's see. I don't know why I say that. Like, what do I know? Yeah, my friend sent me a photograph of the door into the place. Right here. Yeah. So this is the place right there. I've already forgotten the name in Vietnamese. Let's listen to it one more time. Here we go.
Xóm Chợ Cũ Restaurant.
Turn it around to make it more clear.
Xóm Chợ Cũ Restaurant.
Xóm Chợ Cũ. Xóm Chợ Cũ. Something like that. Yeah, here we go. And this looks like a very old sign right here. The cafe was in here as well. And maybe the cafe morphed into this more modern place. All right. Perhaps this is one of the classic stairwells I've been hearing about. Nice. 9 steps. Xóm Chợ Cũ. And right here. Look at that. Very colorful. Has a tea, boutique-y tea house vibe. Or is this my place? Yeah, it is. Xóm Chợ Cũ. I made it.
You made it.
Yeah, it took longer because so many people stopped to talk to me.
He's taller than I am.
A little bit, maybe. So I'm inside the restaurant now. I've said the name a half a dozen times, but I still can't remember what it is. But this is Rod, who I'm meeting for lunch, invited me here. And we've already put in an order. You ordered something special, or local
Mi
special.
Quang, yeah.
Mi Quang.
Yeah, it's central Vietnam.
Okay. I shied away from it because I'm not a big shrimp. I don't appreciate shrimp. So I went for like a barbecue pork noodle dish that looked very simple and filling. So that's where I'm heading. So here's the interior of the place. Very quiet right now, but very nice. It was nice to step out from the heat into nicely air conditioned, fans running. But yeah, very nice decor on the inside. And it looks like they have a balcony. I don't think anyone ever sits out there. It would be too hot. And
Perhaps in the evenings.
yeah. And things have started to arrive. I ordered just a simple milk tea. Actually, I ordered it because on the menu it said homemade milk tea. And I'm such a simpleton, I get sucked in by anything. It's like, oh, homemade. It's got to be better, right? But I like milk tea anyway. But this is homemade milk tea. And this might be a snack, just sort of a complimentary thing.
Yeah, I was surprised when they brought it out. Let's open it up and see what they... Oh no, it's going to be I forgot what this is called.
Kind of a jelly.
Yeah.
Ah, all right. So that's what's hidden in there.
Let's give it a try.
All right.
And if you don't pass out, I'll have it.
Well, I'm pretty sure I won't pass out. We'll see what's going on here. A little bit, it's like a wrap of some kind. So it's a wrap with something on the inside.
We'll ask her to explain this.
No idea. I thought it would all be veggies, but it's a brown, and something crunchy in there. But it's not spicy. I haven't bit into a pepper or anything, so. But our hostess was telling us something about the restaurant and the food here, and it seems to be connected to a central Vietnam. Did I get that right? I think it's from central Vietnam.
What is the name of this? Lapos.
And that would be Rod's, the Mi Chuang, something like that. And I'm getting the impression in my short time in Vietnam that whatever you order, your entree, it's going to come with stuff, like these little things that are showing up on the table, which I was not anticipating. But yeah, you got all these little things here that come along with it. And that appears to be mine over there.
Yes. So you'll be putting this into here.
Well, that's yours, right?
No, this is your.
That's the Mi Chuang, because it has
You're
it has the
you're
shrimp.
Right, you're right. Is yours a soup or it's rice?
I don't see any soup in there. There's no broth, I don't think.
Okay.
So it could be a dry noodle dish, and maybe there's rice underneath there or not. We'll find out.
Okay, we need
Just
pot.
this one for the shop, this for this,
Okay.
and this one for this, this one for this,
It's like a puzzle you have to put together.
and this one to if you don't want to a little bit shorter, you don't want to use this one because this one to a little bit. If many people who want a little bit short, you can put it. If you don't want shorter, you can with this one.
This is sweet, sugar.
No, short, no, just the fish short, fish short.
Oh, fish
fish sauce,
fish sauce,
okay.
like
No,
fermented
fish sauce, I have
fish
no
sauce.
problem.
Yes.
But the flesh, I don't know
But try
why.
a
Even
little-
seaweed, I
A
guess.
little bit.
Yes.
A little bit, just don't have this
Yes.
one. Yeah.
And this here goes with
This
the meat
one
plank?
is
Yes.
to mixing together.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
So and this here, what is it called? It's like a sausage, but
Shrimp pork.
shrimp?
Pork. This is it.
Here.
So the meal has begun. Our server came and explained everything to us. I don't know if I got her voice on the microphone or not. But as I commented, it looks like the meals here come with a lot of extra things. You have to basically mix it all together. And all the things that were brought to our table, I didn't know which went with which. We each have a main course, but of all the little ones, we don't know. I don't know what to pile into mine, and Rod doesn't know what to pile into his, but she straightened it out for us. So now for his meal, he gets this one and this one and this one. He gets 3, and I get this one. So that's what I add to mine. And it doesn't have a broth in it. I thought it was a brothy sort of thing, but it's dry. And then I'll find out in a second what that sauce is all about. I'm assuming the sauce is spicy, but I'm just gonna dip my chopsticks in there, get a little bit of it, and try this. No, sweet. Sweet. All right. All right, we're making progress here. Okay, so I guess I'll dump all of the sauce into there. Maybe you mix it up, maybe you don't, I'm not really sure. And then I will try it out. So, there it is. And yeah, I want to dig down a little bit, find out if there's anything hiding under there. Oh, ooh, nice. Greenery. I think that's also very typical of Vietnamese
A
dishes.
lot of leaves.
Yeah, a lot of
Many
leaves.
different plants.
Okay.
Excuse me. That's the very special dishes from here. I can invite you to coffee.
Oh.
I give you for the first one.
It's a kind. You call this a jelly?
Yeah, the jelly, but one kind of the jelly from the cheese.
Okay.
And that's one piece from the middle of the shell, the seaweed Vietnam. Yeah. That's why I actually invite you to come in there.
Thank you.
Thank you. So the ice goes with this
Yes.
in some way? What do we do with the ice?
I will add and mixing to the egg.
I see, some ice and this together.
Yes.
Okay. Is it normally a dessert?
Yeah, normally it is
A dessert.
because the sweet tea made from the sugar and the ginger, very special.
Sugar and ginger. Thank you.
We should get a menu again, take a picture of the
Yes.
menu.
Yeah, thank you. I hear you told me you had a wine, you had a good trip, right?
Yeah.
Can you give me about the name?
Sure. I have a card here. You don't need a pen. It's the name there.
Your name, yeah.
Planet Doug.
I can get one more.
Okay. Best thing I ever did was make those name cards. Makes my life so much easier. So, that's the only time I feel.
Thank you, your stop by here. And I need to go now for your time.
Okay, thank you.
We'll put this next to the camera.
It's the only time I feel like I know what I'm doing, or like I see someone, a very famous YouTuber, and all throughout their whole video, they're constantly, what is the name of your channel? And they're like, let me. I'm like, at least I have name cards. I'm one step ahead of you when it comes to that. Everything else, you're better than me, but. Again, I don't know how much of that got recorded on the audio, but you brought us a special jelly, which is normally a dessert. And the way she explained it to me, at least what I understood, is you take a little bit of ice, some of the jelly, and you eat it together. And she said ginger and something else. Maybe while I'm talking about it, I'll try a piece just to, then I can figure out what the flavor is. Very light flavor. It could be ginger, but it's not very strong. So as I was saying, all of this is sitting on a bed of leaves, which I think is a very typical Vietnamese thing. And got different types of leaves too. Like these look like mint leaves, lettuce, all kinds of things. And I don't know what the proper method is here, but I'm going to take all of my sauce and just pour it over the top and let the chips fall where they may. This is a great introduction to the country. Thank you very much for setting this up. So, rice noodles, I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure these are rice noodles. Sweet sauce, and then, barbecued pork. Nice. It's good, yeah. What I'm normally worried about is my superpower of always ordering the wrong thing. In my mood, whatever I feel like, I get the wrong thing. But this was a good choice. I'm going to enjoy this very much. is done. Rod and I are out here on the street, and there's some kind of a shuttle bus here. You were saying it goes between Vinhome residence areas,
Vinhomes.
residence building, Vinhomes.
So there's the Vinhomes in the Vinhome Center here.
Right. Yeah, that was that huge building I pointed out as I was walking by. I guess Vinhome is a large corporation here, and that's a Vinhome residence, and they have their own shuttle bus that takes you around the city from building to building.
So the next one will be Vinhome's Golden River.
Vinhome.
And then the next one is Vinhome Central Park. That's where I'm living. And then there's Vidcom's Mega Mall or something like that. And after that, there's, I forget what it's called.
So do you have to live in a Vinhome in order to ride on the bus, or anybody could hop on? They're not checking ID or anything
They
like
don't
that?
check my ID. I don't know. If it ever got too crowded, I guess they would start checking.
Yeah. But I didn't summarize the lunch experience, but I think it was pretty obvious from what you saw in the video. Really good food, great presentation, nice people. The setting was really nice. And as I was leaving, I was just telling Rod that when you first get to a new country, your eyes are like really open. You're seeing new things, but that mood only lasts for a little while. So I'm being very careful to look at everything around me. And in that restaurant, there were so many decorative elements, a very elegant sort of design involving plants and flowers, and a very artistic touch that, to be honest, I don't think I saw very much in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur. There's a very distinct style. Even in the bathroom, I used the washroom there, and I walked into the washroom and I was quite taken aback. I just went, whoa, it's like a little palace in here. I wanted to move in. Plants, flowers, very spacious, and just design everywhere. Little design elements in the corner, in the alcoves. That's what really jumped out at me about this place. Enjoyed that quite a bit. But here we are, back out on the streets and waiting for this shuttle bus. And it's going to take us just around the city. We get to sit there, look out the window, and just take in our environment. A shuttle bus has arrived. And Rod has this whole system figured out when you get on, at what stop. Here we go.
Maybe we should switch seats so you can see ahead.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
It's good for
For the camera. I guess more and more people are using the terminal to get on.
I know, it's like a regular bus stop in a way. So we're on the Vinhome bus now, and I've got the best seat in the house. There, look at that, very, very modern. Again, I've been harping on this, but I can't get over it. My memory of Vietnam from my previous trip has nothing to do with a bus like that, with a bus driver and those controls. It's like a completely different place. And yeah, we're just going to tour around. Yeah, we're on the other side of this Vinhome Center now, the giant building.
If you take out countries of 5 million people, 3 million people, that sort of thing, Vietnam has been on the top 10, sometimes top 5 fastest growing economies for the last 10 or 15 years. So it's real fast growth.
Yeah, you can sense that. Incredible. Honestly, like, I'm shocked. I had no idea that this was Vietnam now. I had no idea. I feel like a typical dumb American who leaves his home and finds out that other countries have cars. Like, what? They have cars too? Look at that Saigon Hotel.
So this is like sort of the main touristy area here, District 1. And this is the main part of the river. But the river meanders all through Ho Chi Minh City, so there's like islands or peninsulas all through the city. And you can cross the river like several times going from place to place.
Went through. And we just went through an area that was a whole roundabout that was jammed with 5-star hotels there. The Hilton is incredible. And now the riverside here with this bridge. And right on the other side of this bridge, I noticed this cityscape up there, all of those skyscrapers. Very different look to the city than I was expecting. Oh, we can't quite see it. We're going to miss it. But I think I caught it on video a little bit. But there it is right there. I don't know if that will be the theme of my entire time in Vietnam, but it's certainly the theme of my arrival, that everything here is different. I mean, I knew Vietnam had changed, but I had no idea the degree of change that I was going to see. The level of economic development is really surprising to me. Passing by another major new development.
Oh, which one? This is still Masteries.
Yeah.
But this is Vinhomes here. I think, or no, Vinhome starts here.
And there's Vinhomes.
So they have both like apartment buildings and they have villas. And the villas are, I think, overpriced. They're, they're expensive. They're Vancouver level expensive.
Really?
Well, maybe not Vancouver level. That'd be 1 or 2 million US.
I think these are some of the tall buildings that I remarked on earlier. One of them there actually looks a little bit like Merdeka 118 in KL. The shape of that building there almost mimics it a little bit. A little bit more angular though. So we're circling around another Vinhome residences. I'm getting the sense that this Vin company is pretty large. Controlling interest in a lot of things. And apparently Vin also owns taxis, these blue ones here. And there it goes. Oh, there's the Barber, 1995. It looks like a pretty cool little shop. Oh, there's another Vin taxi. Turquoise, that color, right? Kind of a turquoise?
I would say turquoise.
If I had to pick a favorite color, that's probably what I would pick, that turquoise. And over there you can see sort of a metro station, part of the, it's not operational yet, Rod tells me. So that's an actual subway tracks up there, or elevated train tracks, I guess, not really a subway. But yeah, still testing it, still building it. It's not operational yet. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. I was talking to someone on the plane, a guy who's from Vietnam,
Right.
and I had this vague idea that there were trains here, and I asked him, and he says, no, we don't have anything like that. But I guess you solved the mystery for me. They're building it, but it's just not running yet.
It is underground, and like in District 1 it's underground.
Oh, it is, okay.
Around here it's...
They don't look to be far off from opening. I mean, they've got this big, long track, and they've got entire stations, look like they're completed. So, who knows? Shuttle bus trip update. We've really gone on a journey. It's been really interesting. We left District 1, all those districts, we left them behind a long time ago. I guess the next Vinhome is quite a ways out here. We're about 18, maybe 19 kilometers away from Adenia Hotel, where I started the day. We went through a bunch of different neighborhoods, and now this seems to be some sort of a high-tech park area, like a lot of major companies out here with software, electronics, different things like that. And even Rod, my guide for this journey, he hasn't been out this far. He hasn't taken the bus all the way out here before. And the hope is eventually it does a loop. It actually turns around and brings us back to where we started. Otherwise,
we have a long walk ahead of us.
Yeah, otherwise we have a long walk ahead of us. But yeah, a lot of the city has fallen away. This is more like an industrial park area or high tech. What is this here? Petrochemical corporation out here, yeah. So that's where we are now, and in theory, we're going to arrive at one of these Vin, right? It's Vin. Yeah, Vin homes, Vin residences, and then we'll turn around, maybe go back along the exact same road or do a loop, not really sure. But yeah, we've had to cross rivers to get out here, and from what I'm seeing, that's part of life in Ho Chi Minh City. That if you go anywhere from one district to another, because the rivers are curving, very serpentine, you're going to be crossing rivers a lot. We're going around in a circle.
Some buffalo there.
Oh yeah. So we've actually went around a corner, so we're not going in a straight line out of the city anymore. So there's hope. We're eventually going to get back to our starting point. I think we've reached a destination, at least as far as the shuttle bus is concerned. We're in a whole Vinhomes complex, past a Vin school. There's Vinhomes Grand Park. And we're about 23 kilometers away from District 1 now. And I think this bus will be either dropping us off to get onto another one to go back, or he'll just turn around. Oh, yeah, there's a whole bunch of buses up there. This might be the end of the line right here. So the bus we came out here on, it ended here. Everybody had to get off. And now I guess this one is the one going back. So we're going to hop back on this one. Maybe, I think a bus leaves every 15 minutes or something like that. And we're way out here in, like I said, way out in the suburbs. We left a lot of Ho Chi Minh behind. Saigon Grand Park. There are a whole bunch of these buses. GRP 1, GRP 3. I'm not sure what the difference is between them, but I'll trust Rod to get me home alive eventually. Not surprisingly, there's a lot of development and construction out here. This pond right beside the bus station. Look at that. Look at that field of cranes and buildings going up. Oh, the whole horizon. Unbelievable, the amount of development going on. Quick note, we're back in District 1, and there goes the bus. The Vinhomes shuttle bus. Ah, so my wish that Rod is granting for me was to have a coffee on the street, a typical Vietnamese style coffee, and he's taking care of an order over there. So you got your she understood.
Yeah.
And what did you say again? You're asking for cafe.
Suda. So this is cafe.
Oh, okay.
Da.
Da. Okay. Cafe da. Sua. Sua is like sweet.
Yeah, and da is iced.
Iced. I see. All right.
So they use condensed milk. Sweetened condensed milk.
Right. Pretty standard.
So she's got condensed milk in the bottom, and she's mixing the coffee in there. So they have the
there
coffee
you are.
prepared from last night or this morning. You see, it's
right. Sort of like a coffee syrup almost.
Cafe sữa đá.
Say?
Where you
Cafe,
from?
Canada.
Okay. My friend, boyfriend,
Because I was wondering when I saw this little thing, it's like, okay, how does the magic happen? But it's all pre-prepared, and I guess ice is in here. Nice. Okay, there's one over there.
So I'm waiting for your reaction, your first taste.
Yeah. So this is where we've ended up. That was our little coffee place right there. And we are Cafe Sueda. Sueda.
Cà phê sữa đá. Sữa.
Sueda.
Okay.
Cafe Sueda. You've got to get that rising, falling, and there it is here. I'm just letting it get nice and cold. I think it's supposed to be nice and cold. And I don't know if it'll be a surprising flavor, or is it just going to be coffee with sweetened milk like anywhere else. We'll see if there's anything unusual going on here. There we go, a little sip. I don't know. There's something there. It's almost chocolatey.
Yes.
That's my feeling. Am I on track?
I think you're on track.
Yeah.
Both chocolate and coffee are bitter,
Right.
and you sweeten them. I guess hardcore coffee lovers like their coffee black, no sugar.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Robusta is more bitter, harsher than the Arabica. I think that's my feeling. And you have to be really hardcore to want to have. Like there are men that will take the cafe, the black coffee, no milk, or just cafe hot. But mostly take it cold. And but that's really hardcore.
So I'm still here, getting down to the last dregs of my coffee. Rod just hopped back onto the shuttle bus because it comes right around here. Very convenient, one of these like circular bus routes. And yeah, there goes the bus. Rod is on there somewhere. I'll send up a wave on the off chance that he's looking out the window. Yeah, I'll see Rod again before, yeah, very shortly, I think, here in Ho Chi Minh City. I've set off on foot back to my hotel. It's about a couple of kilometers, and there's probably going to be a lot of interesting sights along the way. First one that jumped out at me is something I saw this morning, but I'm sort of seeing it in a new light right now. It's this corner building right here. I don't know how old it is, but look right up there at the top, the Balcony Cafe and Shopping. That looks like a very cool place. I don't know if the balcony is actually open as a cafe, but maybe it was once upon a time. But I love the curved corner buildings like that. Another cafe right here on the second floor, then coffee, tea house. But yeah, very cool looking place. But my path to go back to my hotel heads me in this direction, going by these government buildings again. Still making my way back along this commercial street, passing all kinds of fancy restaurants like this one, Pasteur Street, craft beer, Taco del Sol up there on the top, burrito and beers. Some really interesting buildings around here. There's the A&EM Hotel, and I like these buildings right beside it there. An older residential building here. Again, it's got the rounded front on it that I really like, balconies, and I think that's the big market that I passed this morning. Very first thing, the big tourist market down there. That would be the rear entrance or exit, I guess. Yeah, look at that, District K. Everything here is surprising me. I like these older buildings with the front with the balconies like that. It gives a taste of old Vietnam. There's no end to the coffee shops here. Midnight coffee, egg coffee. Yeah, just coffee everywhere. Golden Hotel. I'm almost back at my hotel, just crossing the intersection, kitty corner to the big park. It's a funny thing, a few people have talked to me about the chaos of a place like Saigon and the difficulty where walking is so difficult and the traffic is so crazy. And I keep saying the exact opposite. I'm finding everything here is so streamlined and relatively smooth and efficient. I mean, everywhere I go, every intersection has working traffic lights with a working pedestrian crossing. Every corner I get there, and I just, even if I don't know what direction I want to go, I just wait until one of the directions get a green pedestrian crosswalk sign, and then I just walk across the street and I go in that direction and check out these sidewalks. Occasionally you get a motorcycle driving down the sidewalk, of course, why wouldn't you? But I mean, it's nothing like in other places I've been recently. Walking around here in Saigon has been dream easy in a way. Very pleasant. A lot of sidewalks everywhere I go. I find the walking to be quite straightforward and pleasant. So very different from my expectations. And here's a good example. Here's a very big, busy intersection, but crossing it is the easiest thing in the world. All I have to do is wait for the light to turn red in this direction, green over here, so I've got a little walking man, and across I go. Nothing nothing could be easier. My hotel is right down there, short distance. I just wanted to see what's over here. Yeah, actually this is where my bus dropped me off. The airport bus stopped right here, 152. I think 109 comes here as well. And then I just turned around, came back here, turned the corner, and I was at the Adenia Hotel. I'm just about back at my hotel, but I passed by this alleyway. Looked interesting, so I think I'm just going to walk down the alley. Have the camera running. Just curious what's down here. The Indian restaurant. Hello, how are you? Good. Wow, what a treasure trove. Little places to have a cold beer, something to eat. A lot of Indian restaurants. Punjabi. Looks like a hotel in here. Saigon Amigo. And a lot of tours being offered out of here. If it's like other places I've been, when you're buying one of those, like a ticket for one of those tours, it's not directly from that hotel. They all act as brokers for the same place. So they might be selling tickets for a particular tour at all kinds of different outlets. Another hotel there, the Gang Hotel, or however you pronounce it. Beautiful hotel. Hello. Hello. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Hi. And hello. I'll take one. Thank you. Not right now, but thank you. Hotel. Yeah, a lot of little hotels and guest houses down here. I don't know if these ones are listed online or room for rent. It's crazy how organized everything is here. I was not expecting to see places like this at all. Look at this. Champion Sports Bar. Saigon Chill Bar. And another. Man, oh man. It's just endless. Look at that long street filled with bars and restaurants and cafes as far as the eye can see. And I guess that's the beginning of this street. This is probably a very well-known street. Bui Vien, something like that. Wow. Hello. How are you? Yeah, so I guess this is a very famous place. Anything with a gateway like that? I don't know how to pronounce it. Bui Vien Walking Street. Look at the colors and the lights up there. This is going to be my final small adventure for today. This place, I like it because they have chairs, a chair and a table. Hello. Yeah, Banh Mi. Banh Mi thit. Yeah, no. I don't know the variations. I just tried to say banh mi, which I'm hoping is like a basic banh mi, and we'll see what I end up with.
I have drink.
No drink, just the sandwich. Can you tell me how much is it?
25.
25?
Yeah.
So, the last of today's small adventures, a very basic banh mi. I don't know what banh mi thit means. Maybe I'll do a Google Translate on that, see if I can come up with any kind of a meaning for it. A giant rat just ran between my feet. A little bit of local atmosphere. I like that. So let's see what Google tells me. T-H-I-T, thit. Doesn't come up with anything as a translation. I find that's the case with a lot of food. Google Translate sometimes, because it's just the name of the food. It may or may not have a meaning. It's just a word, if you know what I mean. Maybe it's small. A small banh mi or regular banh mi. Anyway, we'll figure that out later on. We'll just give it a taste test. I'll take a look at what's on the inside. Looks good to me, like a selection of tomatoes, veggies, roast pork, I think breaded pork, and then perhaps some secret sauces. And it was 25,000 dong, like $1, I guess. Yeah, $1 US. Yeah. Hello. No drink. No thanks. I've learned not to pass judgment on sandwiches until you get to the middle. If you eat just the end, you're just getting bread for a little while. So we'll wait until I get into the middle of this delightful sandwich. But I do love the bread, and that is really good bread, just right. It's getting better and better the deeper I get into it. It's nice. It's a good sandwich. And I have the setting. I'll show you where I am right now. So this is me, of course, enjoying my banh mi. And this is the place where I got the sandwich, the Banh Mi place. And that's the main park out there that I keep talking about, September 23rd Park. Allée Boo across the road. It's like a happening kind of place. And then that big, the big walking street that I spotted is just down there. Nice place to hang out. And so, coming towards the end of my day of small adventures, really enjoyable day. Great way to get introduced to the city and to the country, I suppose. Meeting up with Rod for that lunch, the walk to get to the restaurant, I enjoyed that quite a bit. And then, yeah, the bus tour. Very unusual, getting on a shuttle bus between residential homes, seeing large parts of Ho Chi Minh City that you wouldn't otherwise see. Cup of coffee at the end at the side of the road, and then a banh mi. Really nice. So I'm just coming up on my hotel again. There's the park across the street. Busy towards the end of the day. And I'm probably going to grab a cold drink from the Circle K convenience store. And that will be the end of today. Back at my hotel, heading up to the 5th floor. I think I remember which pocket I put my key in long ago. Days like this, it's funny that you end up doing so many things and covering so much ground, it hardly seems possible that it all happened on the same day, you know? So I'm thinking back to when the day began, and it seems like such a long time ago. But here's my room at the end of the dark hallway. Not a whole lot of security on this door lock. The room has one of these key card systems to get electricity. There we go. For the fan, for the air conditioner, very important, for the lights, and for the mini fridge. Here I am at the end of the day. I went into the local Circle K and got a cold beer to end the day. There was just a whole range of beers. I don't know which is good, which has a good reputation. This is a Dai Viet Pilsner. And the attraction to this beer was that they had a promotion going on. So I got not one, but 2 cans of beer for 30,000 dong. Which is just a little bit over $1 US. So in my world, that's a pretty good deal for a couple of cans of beer. So let's see how. Yeah, I haven't had beer for ages. I mean, literally ages. I can't remember the last time I had anything alcoholic, let alone a refreshing cold beer. That's nice. I mean, I'm not saying it's a great tasting beer. Just anything cold and wet at this point would taste delicious. But just having that beer flavor, it's a nice feeling. It's like haven't had that flavor for a very long time that I can remember. So that's it. Back in my room. Gonna let it cool down with the fan and the air conditioning. Take a cold shower, get nicely cooled off, have the beer, and think about the day. Yeah, that's nice. So that is it, shutting down for the day, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.